Hey you guys, okay, so I'm a little new to doing voiceovers, so I'm gonna try my best to stay on track and not be awkward, but today I'm really excited because we're doing a new page in my journal from when my friends and I went to the Ateez concert in Dallas. If you've seen some of my other journal videos, I've been making a few, but I haven't made one recently, but this concert did so much for me and it was such a cool experience, and I was just really excited to make another page in my journal about our trip. So that's what I'm doing today. I printed these photos out for really cheap. That's what I usually do. I just go to CVS and just plug in my phone, and oh my gosh, look how cute, this one's adorable. And I just plug in my phone, and all of these pictures it came out to like $2, so it was really cheap. That's what I usually do. And most of these pictures are also just some that I found on Twitter with the hashtag Ateez in Dallas. So the majority of them are not mine, so I cannot take ownership for all of these, but I mean, I was just using them like for my personal use in my journal. So Mr. Woo Young, oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love those four little pictures that I just showed. I saw that on Twitter, and it's the little yellow glasses. They're so cute. So anyways, yeah, all the credit to those people that took the photos. They were much closer than I was. I was like P4, so I was like way in the back for this concert, but that's why I couldn't really use any of my photos. Oh my gosh, grew on me so much from this concert, but we will talk about that later. So anyways, let me start off by talking about how I found Ateez. So I've been into K-pop for, I want to say 3 years. I don't have like a definite, oh my gosh, that picture of Woo Young drinking the water. I don't have a definite like time frame of when I started. I want to say it was 3 years ago that I got into K-pop, and I started with Stray Kids. It was my sister. I'm pretty sure I have a video up on my channel about how I got into K-pop, and I will link that. I think I have one. If I do, it'll be right here. I'll put a card here so you guys can see that. But basically, it was my sister that got me into K-pop. She's been into it for so many years, but she finally like brought me around, and I started with Stray Kids, and then we just started learning so many other groups, and she introduced me to Ateez, and of course I thought their music was like super great and really energetic and really fun, and their performances were always really cool. So I've always really liked Ateez. My first comeback with them, I believe, was INCEPTION. Ooh, I don't know. I want to say that was my first. I'll have to double check that with my sister, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, my first comeback was INCEPTION. And for some reason, let me tell you. So obviously when I started getting into K-pop, all of the K-pop idols' names were always really hard. Obviously, like when you first get into it, like their names are just different, obviously, than the American names that I'm used to. So, but once I started like learning more and more groups, it started to get a lot easier to remember the members' names. But let me tell you something. Ateez, this group, I want to say Ateez and 17, but Ateez specifically took me the absolute longest to memorize the members' names. I have no idea why. I memorized all of NCT, all of their names in like one day, versus like Ateez took me forever. And I don't know, I truly don't know what it is. I mean, I would say some of their names are a little bit harder, like Seonghwa and Hongjun. I don't know. It took me absolutely forever. And for 17, like I got everybody, but I would always forget Wonu. and Junghan. Like, I could never for the life of me remember their names. But anyways, Ateez took me ridiculously long. But I have them down now, obviously. And so like I said, when I was getting into K-pop, I got into so many groups. And Ateez was one that I definitely liked their music, but it just took me a very long time for some reason to really get into them. Like, I would listen to the music extremely casually. Also, let me say this one thing. I just uploaded all of these pictures. Like I said, most of them are not mine, but I did upload a vlog of the concert very recently, so I will put a link, a card probably right here on the screen of the concert vlog. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was a very casual Ateez listener, and my sister and my friends would always tell me that I need to listen to their B-sides because Ateez has some of the best B-sides, and I would try, but like, I don't know what it was. It took me, it's so disappointing because this group is just phenomenal, but it took me a very long time to get into this group. Like, and a lot of it wasn't the music, because I liked their music and I knew they had great music, but it was because, I think it was mainly because, I mean, I never really watched content from them, not as much content as I wanted to, and it was a very unfortunate situation. There's really no reason. It just took me a very long time to get into Ateez, and that is so disappointing, but now obviously I love them so much. I was actually watching one of their shows. I think it was called Fever Road, and right when I was watching that show was what really got me into them and their personalities. And there's this one clip of Wooyoung, I think it's on like episode 3. I'll put a clip right here on the screen, but it's when Wooyoung it's when they're trying to compete for the food that they're gonna eat, and he says like "잘 먹겠습니다." He says it so funny, and I cannot even tell you how many times I replayed that clip.
자, 첫 번째 곡이 와! 잘 먹겠습니다.
Right then, I fell for Wooyoung so much during that whole show. Like, his personality just really came out during that show, and I realized how funny he was. And also, seeing their personalities a little more, I could see so much why Wooyoung and Changbin from Stray Kids get along so well. Like, it's just so funny to me because I could see how their personalities mesh perfectly. So I love Wooyoung, but right when I saw Deja Vu for the first time, Deja Vu is like, I'm so obsessed with Deja Vu. It is my favorite song from them. I know it's controversial, but I'm so obsessed with Deja Vu. And at the very end, you guys, that one Mingi verse changed everything for me. I can talk for hours and hours about that Mingi verse, and it's at the very end, and I don't know what it is about that, but when I saw it, I was like mesmerized. Like, he did that verse so flawlessly, and I was like, this is my guy. He's perfect. So then Wooyoung was my bias, Mingi was my bias. I definitely had like a pretty solid bias line. And then when I watched Kingdom, is when I really fell for Hongjoon, mainly because I definitely always gravitate towards the leaders of a group. I always have. And during Kingdom, when I saw Hongjoon being like his leader self and showing all of those like leader qualities, I fell for Hongjoon. So I have a pretty strict bias line, I would say, of Wooyoung, Mingi, and Hongjoon. But Hongjoon, I would probably say that he is my my main bias in Ateez. But during the concert, Yeno and Yeosang really stood out to me during the concert. They did so well. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't seen my concert vlog, definitely go watch that. It took us about like 4.5 hours to get to Dallas from our city. And I kind of just vlogged like the whole experience and our trip over there. My sister and I also really like to decorate our light sticks whenever we go to a concert. I have a concert video up for Stray Kids, and I show us decorating our light sticks for them too, and it's always really fun. So let me know if you guys want a video on basically decorating our light sticks with us, because it's really fun. And we have One Us coming up, and we have P1 Harmony coming up, so we're going to be decorating our light sticks for them too. So let me know if you guys would like to see that. But anyways, I was literally, guys, I was just so in awe watching this performance. I was talking with my friends and my sister right after the concert, and we were saying that like it is truly the farthest back that I've ever been at a concert, but it was the best concert that I've ever seen. And I was in awe, so in awe, and I am just so impressed with them, and I am in it for the long run, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. This is how the final page turned out. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching, guys, and just keep an eye out because there's gonna be a lot more K-pop videos coming soon. Bye.